Yes, evening everyone. It's 5:30 p.m. The declaration voting is made for tonight's council board meeting. For anyone looking at the recording or watching live stream, this is a question and answer meeting. Decision making meeting is next week. So the declaration voting is made at 5:30 p.m. Item number 2 is voting procedures. 2.1 is acknowledgement of country. So I would like to invite Councillor Williams to present the acknowledgement of country.
The Shire of Northern would like to acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we meet, the Balladong and Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, and pay our respects to elders past, present and emerging.
Thank you, Councillor Williams. So item 2.2 is recording of council meetings. Members of council are well aware, and members of the gallery are advised this meeting is being live streamed and audio recorded, and it's available on the Shire of Northern's YouTube channel. If members of the public would like to have access to the recording of this meeting, they can do so via the Shire of Northern website at any stage. Item number 3 is attendance. 3.1 is attendees. So as per normal, I'll go from left to right. So we'll welcome Councillor Bigland, Councillor Ryan, Councillor Williams, Councillor Mancelli, President Antonio, that's myself, Councillor Atherton, Councillor Bolton, and Councillor Hughes. And we'll deal with approved leave of absence in a minute. And I welcome the staff, the Chief Executive Officer, Ms. Terry, Executive Manager Engineering Services, Mr. Devsich, Executive Manager Development and Community Services, Mr. Hunt, Executive Manager Corporate Services, Mr. Young, Manager Governance and Risk, Ms. McCall, Governance and Risk Officer, Ms. Van Beek. Item 3.2 is apologies, is nil. Item 3.3 is approved leave of absence. Councillor Impera has been granted leave of absence from the 7th of July 2025 to the 8th of August 2025 inclusive. Item 3.4 absent is nil. And then we go to page 8, which we have item number 4 is disclosure of interest. I do have some here. So this is all regarding item 13.3.1, which is CP.50, Training on Thoroughfares and Public Places Policy Trial Review. Councillor Williams has declared impartiality. Fellow councillor has an indirect financial interest in a business that will be affected by this item. Councillor Mancelli has declared impartiality. Whilst I'm traders involved whilst I'm in the item, the traders involved are known to Councillor Mancelli. Councillor Bigland has declared impartiality. One of the current street traders is known to Councillor Bigland. President Antonio, that's myself, and it's declared impartiality. Owners of the applicants related to this are known to President Antonio. Councillor Hughes has declared direct financial interest. Councillor Hughes' daughter owns and operates a property trailer which is covered by this policy. So Councillor Hughes won't take any discussion in this item tonight or as on the decision making night next week. So that's the only ones I've received at this stage, but councillors are aware as the item comes up, and especially before we make a decision next week, we will have all the declarations made. So we go to page 9, item number 5, announcements by the presiding member with that discussion, so that's taken as read. So then we go to page 11, which is item number 6, which is public questions, and I'm advised there are no public questions at this meeting. Item number 7 is response to previous public questions taken on notice. That is nil. Item number 8 is receiving of petitions, presentations and deputations. 8.1 petitions is nil. 8.2 presentations is nil. 8.3 deputations is nil at this meeting. Item number 9 on page 12 is applications for leave of absence. That is nil. Item number 10 is confirmation of the minutes. So we have item 10.1 is confirmation of minutes from the ordinary council meeting held 18th of June 2025. Just wanted to check with councillors, is there any queries or clarifications on this item? No. Then we have item 10.2, which is confirmation of minutes from the special council meeting held 9th of July 2025. Any questions on that, councillors, from the special council meeting? No. And then item 10.3 is notice from the council forum meeting held 16th of July 2025, which is tonight. So that'll be a new item next week, and I'll ask for questions or clarifications before we make a decision on that. Then we have on page 13, item number 11, items brought forward to the convenience of those in the public gallery. That is, that's nil, there's no items being brought forward. Item number 12 is reports of committee meetings, that is nil. Item number 13 is officer reports. 13.1 is the CEO's office, and I'm going to get the CEO to talk on each of these as we come up. Just for a quick briefing with councillors, we have item 13.1.1, council plan, which is corporate business plan development, review and workforce strategy. So I'd like the CEO just to give councillors a quick.
Thank you, President. So as we do each year, we've reviewed the corporate business plan component of the council plan. This year it is just a review of those elements, and in the following year we'll be doing a review of the council plan. The council plan has been set out in such a way that you can see the actions that have been taken in the previous financial year to complete certain actions, those that have been suggested for removal or reworking, and those that we will continue as business as usual. And there are some new items that have been included in the council plan as well, the items that have come up over the last 12 months or so. So that are included in the council plan. The second component of the report is the workforce strategy. So this has been reviewed and updated. So the last strategy that we had was in 2021. This is now a workforce strategy for the next 4 years, and we're recommending that both the council plan for 25-26 and also the workforce strategy for the next 4 years be adopted. The workforce strategy is necessary to implement, obviously, the council plan because we need the workforce resources to do that. It also informs the budget and the long-term financial plan as well.
Thank you, CEO. So, Councillor Bolton's question.
The council plan, a lot of people are going to be looking at this online rather than the printed version. I think it would be really helpful to have links back to more of the data that the Shire has. So, for example, on page 22, we've got households that spend money with language, and you've got 5.3%. There must be a breakdown of what languages are around community and how many people and things like that. So it wouldn't take much to have a link for that. It'll take me back to some of the raw data to show the what we've got. And there's a few examples through there that I think would be informative to the community. The second
So the question is,
Yes, so we do have the ID statistics on our website as well, so we can look at how we link the data that's in there, noting that when we actually do the interim review in 26-27, we expect that some of this data, which we have census information, will be updated. But in the meantime, we can certainly link it back to the ID statistics that are on our website.
The other bit is more of the idea that on page 70, when you have the workshops, only had 77 people attend and provide input there be a way that we can set up ongoing polls for things which are like input on, that people can set up a registered account or something through our website, which allows them to access these things once you put on to vote, provide feedback to government.
Yes, we are looking at, and we will be required by legislation soon to do a community engagement charter, and we have started work on the community engagement charter, and that's certainly something that we can look at in terms of looking at different mechanisms that we can use to engage with our community.
Further questions on this item, councillors? Councillor Hughes.
On page 50, with regard to exercising, with the conversion and maximise use of the northern and cultural pavilion, what's going to actually happen there? Because the money's allocated for the next financial year, 2026-27, which is on page 67.
67.
No, 50 and
Don't need to, because it's not been done.
Yes, they were asking about this at the last exercise meeting.
Yeah, so my understanding is that it isn't budgeted until 26-27 with the long-term financial plan, but the idea will be that we may start doing some scope work this year to understand what that project will look like for 26-27.
That's what I thought it might be discussed.
Further questions, councillors? And just, this is for the public, just so the public, we're just going to ask the question, were these policies workshopped with the councillors before coming to council? Just to confirm.
Yes, so we have had workshops leading up to the changes to the council plan and the workforce strategy and also the budget. So we've had 3 workshops with council members.
Further questions, councillors, on that? No? So then we'll go to page 103. Got it, 103. So 13.1.2 is questions about Governor Walder and the general meeting. So did you want to just provide, it's pretty self-explanatory, you want to provide any questions on that, councillors? September the 22nd, I believe it starts, to the 24th September. So if councillors do want to attend, as the report says, there's 3 councillors who indicate they don't so far, just advise the staff. So no further questions on that, councillors? So page 106, so 13.1.3, change of council meeting date, September 2025, and the officers have just been advised us about October as well.
Yes, thank you. So this is proposing a change for September in light of the Wellcome Convention being held the same week that we're proposing to hold the ordinary council meetings, so we're proposing to bring the meetings forward by a week. We're also proposing for the ordinary council meeting to include in the report a change for October as well. So as it stands at the moment, the forum is held the week before the local government elections, which means that the current council will consider the forum, but then it will be the new council that considers the ordinary council meeting agenda. So what we're proposing is to also bring the October meeting forward so that the current council will consider both the forum and the ordinary council meeting, and then we will have a special council meeting the following week to swear in councillors and, look at the performance of committees at the time.
Any questions on that, councillors? Councillor, yes.
I'll ask for the reschedule the thing, I don't move my calendar. I'll wait to, I'm sure as well.
That's probably important, so, yeah, this is important. Thank you for that. Further questions, councillors? No? So we'll make a decision on that next week. Then we go to page 109. So 13.1.4, delegated authority register 2526, amendment. Just
So this is fairly straightforward in that we've had a new position created, and now filled, which is a senior planning officer, and there are some delegations that can be made to the senior planning officer, but the position has to be recognised in the delegations register first before any delegations can be made. So this is effectively making a change to include that position.
so with that, we have to wait until that position is filled before we can delegate authority register.
Yes, essentially. I mean, we probably could have done it sooner, but now we have someone in the role, it's obviously important that we do have the delegation or the position included to allow certain delegations.
Thank you. Any further questions on that, councillors? No? So then we go to page 317. So item 13.2 is engineering services, that is nil. So then I'm going to invite Mr. Hunter for 13.3, development. So, like Mr. Hunter, so 13.3.1 is CP50, trading on thoroughfares and public places policy control review. Just a reminder that council used to declare direct financial interest in Simon, so he'll make it for any discussion on this. And that's for next week as well. And can you please close the door? Just a reminder on this item, Councillor Williams, Councillor Mancheri, Councillor Gibbon, and President Antonio will be in this item. Mr. Hunt, would you like to give us a briefing on this?
Yes. So we spoke before as well, since we're trying to trial whether council wants to make an amendment to the policy.
So my question was, this gets reviewed in 2 years, the same as every other policy, but that's your review.
That's the idea, it's sometimes maybe there is an issue, we can always bring it back for
Other questions, councillors? Just in May, no, because we had 3 locations. Has it not ever been used?
not to my knowledge.
Yeah. Okay. That's all right. Thank you very much. That's your item as well. I'm just going to invite Mr. Young in a sec. Councillor uses some time.
It's because it's covering up.
Would you like Councillor Hughes to come back in? Well, we're going to go to page 3 to anyway. Thanks, Councillor Hughes. So we're on page 3 to 8, so item 13.3 is corporate services. 13.4.1 is rates exemption application, 260 Fitzgerald Street, 5355 Roman Street, and 49 Old York Road Northern. Mr. Young, do you want to provide any further background on this other than above the report?
And look, just really that we don't recommend it. We believe that it isn't completely charitable and status, and we also have several other businesses in town that fall under the housing criteria. So we would be increasing that with individuals for, and further request for this rise. I'll leave it up to questions.
And just if there is any questions, just, I think this item has confidential attachment, so council will ask some questions, just be circumspect. So any questions, Mr. Young, on this item? I have a question. Yeah, Councillor Mancelli?
The organisation, actually runs Flora, is that right?
And yes, they released their second contract.
Any further questions, councillors? No? Then we'll go to page 413. So item 13.4.2, budget amendment 2024-25. Mr. Young, did you want to say anything about this item?
And yes, this is really just going through the accounts and just moving from operating account, then into managerial account nature. It also, by doing so, improves our bottom line and our ratios that are reported by my accountant on by the department.
So I do have a question on it, because it's in retrospect, does that cause any complications? And is this something that we picked up, or is it an order item?
And this is something that I picked up, yes. I went for a report, I done the same report last year about this time of the year where I went through anything over a certain dollar value that looked like it's capital. I moved from operating capital to improve the position of council. So no, I wasn't wrong to pick up, and certainly their auditors would have probably let it run through their audit. They wouldn't, I don't think they'd go to that, dive into that part of detail.
Thank you very much. Any further questions on that item, councillors? Councillor Mancelli?
Yeah, through the chair, the RM and the RC, what do they actually stand for?
That RM stands for road maintenance and the RC stands for road capital.
Thank you. Yep. Further questions, councillors? No, so then we go to page 416, which I'll just highlight 13.4.3, budget adoption 25-26. Just so everybody will this will be laid out before the council meeting, so if you've got queries, I can ask that between now and then. So that's all that's good on that one. Then we go to page 417, which is 13.4.4, accounts and statement of accounts June 2025. I haven't seen any questions on this. Did you want to say anything further on this, Mr. Young?
And no, I just haven't had any questions on it.
So if we've got questions, we can still go through before Friday, possibly.
Is there a question you'd like to ask?
Yes, certainly is.
There was a bit of expenditure on the depot for balloons and the other place over the road here. Was that for a solar system on the cheese?
Yes, one was for a solar system at CDA, that was budgeted. Yeah, sorry. The one for the liftings was from where it was carried out when the depot was constructed, and there was a couple of little bits left over, and we chased them up a few times and finally got the invoicing bill. We actually missed it in the budget as a carry forward because it was so long ago, and we brought it in a budget review this financial year. When we picked it up and spoke to him at that point, it was taking quite a while to invoice.
Further questions on this item, councillors? Yeah, Councillor Ryan?
I'll just frame it, so the question I had just in regards to legal fees, if I write through what they were accounted to, I'll be able to find out which they were alluded to.
Yes, you could probably have to the executive manager what the legal fees were, so I'm not sure about confidentiality.
Thank you. Further questions, councillors? No, so then we go to page 474, 13.4.5, financial statements for the period ending 30th of June 2025. Mr. Young, if you will provide any additional commentary on this one?
And,
No. Questions on this, councillors? I do have a couple, just broad ones. So we'll be getting, as part of the budget review, we'll be looking at the full financial statements, like, because this is just for the month. We'll be looking at that in more detail.
and that's correct. With, when we do the financial statement, that will look more at the autumn statement at June 30th, with the budget will look more in detail and compared to last financial year, basically on the carry forwards. So anything that hasn't been carried out, we'll have that presented to council, because that's all got back into the budget.
Thank you. That leads into my next question, which may not be an answer, it might be for the other execs. So just on reference on page 488, just as an idea, like, we've got the total there, we've got the revised budget. This is all to do with acquisition of assets, so this is about doing projects. So we've got the 24-25 budget was 12.537 million, and year-to-date actual was 3.890. So the question I had was, when are those projects going to catch up? Because that's a big gap.
We have a carry forward attachment that's going to be presented to council with budget, and that will have explanations of either what's held up when the jobs are expected to be carried out. A lot of the jobs that I'm aware of, a lot of the big ones have been out to tender, so we're waiting on contractors. So there's a lot of work coming through in the pipeline, it just hasn't got there yet. There's obviously some works that are held up due to plans being done, such as Lesser Hall, due to work I've been doing still with the old pool site, the rehabilitation. So there's a few of them that have hung around for a while, which the timeline on them will be a little bit possibly still predicted.
Thank you. And sort of the question, the rates collection, trying to ask this question, the rates collection percentage seems to be on track. Is that correct?
I believe that the outstanding rates at this point in time will be less than last year, not by much, maybe 60,000, something like that. By the time we do the financial report, it will be substantially less, because we'll be holding the bad debt against cut-off points.
Okay, thank you for that. So further questions, councillors, on this item? Thank you very much, Mr. Young. Then we go to page 498. So we've got item 14, that is behind closed doors. So can I put this on the please? Or, so Councillor Adams and Councillor Bolton, Councillor Adams moved, Councillor Bolton seconded. The second, all those in favour, by show of hands. That's nil, that's carried. So back up behind those doors, we'll advise the public of that next round of any decisions that are made. I'm still on page 4, line 8. So we have item number 15 motions, to which previous notice has been given. That is nil. Item number 16 is urged to approve by decision. That is nil. Item number 17